The total credit card debt in the US is over $1.14 trillion, up nearly 6% from 2023, the highest balance ever recorded. On top of that, credit utilization is at nearly 30%, and we'll get to a little bit more of that here in just a second and what that means. Now, projections are that nearly 2/3 of all Americans will hold a credit card by the end of 2025, meaning that debt is going nowhere but up. But it's not all doom and gloom. This video isn't meant to scare you away from credit cards. In fact, we're going to tackle the biggest mistakes when choosing credit cards and how we use them, and hopefully help you find credit cards that may fit best in your wallet. So I'm going to break this down into 3 categories and help you drive towards financial responsibility and credit card mastery. Now, this isn't financial advice. This is me speaking from my experiences, so take from it what you will. Managing expenses with everything life throws at us is extremely challenging. On top of that, trying to tackle personal finances and where to fit credit cards into your overall setup is even more of a burden. But with the right strategies and the right knowledge, you can avoid the unnecessary fees that are leading to that $1.14 trillion in credit card debt and make the most of your hard-earned money. Whether you like it or not, at most businesses, you're paying for the credit card transaction fee regardless of which form of payment you use. If you pay with cash or a debit card, your purchase is not protected. And if you lose that cash or it's stolen, it's gone. With credit cards, those purchases are protected, and the only thing you lose if that card is stolen is that little piece of plastic. And if that stolen card has unauthorized transactions, believe it or not, the banks have your back. On top of that, most credit cards earn rewards points that can be redeemed for cashback or travel rewards, and there's some other ways, just depending on what type of card we're talking about. Basically, these rewards points are used to offset those credit card transaction fees. And if you know how to unlock transfer partners and which cards do so, you can get even more value out of those rewards points. Check out my video on the Chase Trifecta if you want to understand all the different types of rewards points and how to extract max value. The fees are the biggest, most important thing to consider. And I'm going to discuss 3 types of fees here: credit card interest, foreign transaction fees, and credit card annual fees. Write this down, put it on your wall, set reminders on your phone. Avoid credit card interest at all costs. It's one of the highest forms of interest and is a driving factor to that $1.14 trillion in credit card debt. Credit card interest is a fee you pay if you carry a balance on a card after the due date, and that interest can be north of 20% these days. It's worse than just about any return on an investment that you're going to make and needs to be paid off to avoid compounding debt. This is a major key to financial responsibility. We need to pay that balance off every month, not just the minimum amount due. It's not your money to begin with unless it's the cash that's sitting in your checking or savings account. Think of a credit card limit as a line of credit that you need to pay back almost immediately. And just because a credit card has a $20,000 limit does not mean you need to spend $20,000 on that card. If we think about the average utilization in the US, which is at around 30%, which is way too high, but that 30% would mean on average a balance of around $6,000 a month on that $20,000 credit limit. Now, I understand life throws curveballs at us. Sometimes there are bigger purchases that we need to make. Personally, I aim for less than 3% utilization on my total credit limit. Now, this portrays me as a better risk to the banks, and it gives me better borrowing power or better rates if I need to do things like financing a car or a home. Now, with foreign transaction fees, these could be around 3% on most cards, and they add up quickly as it's per transaction. The key here is read the terms and conditions of each card, understand which ones have a foreign transaction fee and which don't, and use cards without that foreign transaction fee if you are traveling abroad. Another point on credit cards and the transaction fees, some vendors will choose to either have a flat dollar amount or a percentage-based fee if you choose to pay with a credit card versus another form of payment. As an example, when I pay my utilities, it's a flat dollar amount fee, $2.75 that they charge, but I use a 2x card, and this is multiple hundreds of dollars, so the return is better, makes it worthwhile to pay with a credit card. If you're being charged 4% and you're only getting 2x back on the card, probably not worthwhile to use that card. There are some scenarios where it may still be worthwhile. As an example, if you're getting a great return on a travel redemption, say 3 cents per point, that 2x card with a 3 cents per point would get you more like 6x return on your spend, which could make it worthwhile. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions on this whatsoever. Last, credit card annual fees. Now, typically this is for cards that come with some perks and some benefits. This can be elevated earning categories, travel and lifestyle credits, hotel status, hotel free night awards, airline certificates, things like that. Now, based on those things I just mentioned, the annual fees can range anywhere from $95 per year to $695 per year. And this is going to lead me into the third and final category. With the credits and the benefits, it's all about understanding the strengths of these cards. Which categories do they earn well in, and will you use that card enough to make it worth that annual fee? Also, which perks or credits does the card come with? For example, the American Express Gold has a $325 annual fee, which seems like a lot, but this card earns really well in all things food, 4 points per dollar with restaurants and with groceries. On top of that, it also comes with 4 main credits to help offset this annual fee. But most people don't know about these credits or don't use them appropriately, which is one of the main reasons that American Express can continue to offer them. Now there's 4 main credits here: Uber or Uber Eats, a dining credit with some participating vendors, a Resi credit, which is also another dining credit, and a Dunkin' Donuts credit. In total, $424 in credits if you were to max these out every single year. With most of these credits, you have to use them monthly. The Resi credit each half of the year. Are you comfortable with that? If not, go with the no annual fee card that may earn slightly less in those same categories at 3 points per dollar instead of 4, but there's no annual fee, no credits to think about, no annual fee to offset, which in theory could bring you more value than that higher annual fee with those credits if you're not maximizing them. Travel cards are another animal. I can't tell you how many times I see people sign up for a Marriott card because they stay at a Marriott once or twice per year, and they get a card like the Boundless that has a $95 annual fee. And that annual fee isn't much, and these people think that they need that card because it's associated with Marriott. If a hotel card has an annual fee, odds are it comes with a free night award. So just make sure you understand the terms and conditions, that you could use that free night credit, and you know how to do so. If not, don't sign up for the card to begin with. And if you have and you took advantage of the welcome bonus, make sure you know a path to downgrade. Worst case, you can always cancel the card, but if you've gotten a welcome bonus, make sure you wait at least 12 months from signing up for the card before you decide to cancel. And this leads me to the last point. These travel cards can come with great welcome bonuses. And this can be in the form of tens of thousands of points or miles, free night awards, flight certificates, even travel credits. But there's a catch here. You need to hit a specific spending requirement within a certain time frame in order to get this welcome bonus. And the higher the bonus, the higher the spending requirement in most cases. So the point here, don't overextend yourself just to earn a few extra points or miles that you may or may not use. Now, these are just a few of the bigger mistakes that I see. And the main one still is around that credit card balance and paying it off on time and in full every single month. Now, there are some other solutions here which can help you out. I understand everybody's situation is unique. There are 0% APR cards where you can carry a balance from one, transfer it over to another, and have 12, 15, 18 months to pay that back with 0% interest. Of course, make sure you're aware of the terms and conditions. Comment down below if you have any questions. I hope you found some value in this content and that you're on a path towards financial freedom. Spend wisely, go make some memories. We'll talk again soon. Cheers.